Please stay with us, sir. We'll be right back with you. Next up, Iran's military has confirmed a drone attack on a U.S. military site in Kuwait. The strike targeted Camp Udaïri, a key U.S. facility located in northwestern Kuwait. This military installation, now known as Camp Buehring, has been the site of previous U.S. military operations in the region. Details about damage or casualties remain unclear as the situation develops. Joining us live again is David K. Johnston, author and journalist, live from New York. Sir, New York in itself is essentially quite a multi-ethnic city. With the Texas shooting that just happened recently, there was a man that wore an Iranian shirt, walked into a bar, I believe. I saw some footage of that, and shot some people dead. How do you believe that this news, this is pretty large news, that a U.S. base in Kuwait was attacked? What are the ripple effects like in New York and for the rest of the U.S.? Do you believe this will essentially lead to distress in the U.S. between different ethnic groups or civilians and communities in general? What are your thoughts?
Well, whenever we have some kind of a conflict, you see reactions that are based on bigotry and prejudice. The first person murdered after 9/11, for example, was a Sikh by someone who didn't know the difference between a Sikh and an Arab. So the group of people who are unsophisticated and uneducated are often going to act in awful and terrible ways, especially because we have so many guns in the U.S. and such loose rules on having them in public, either open carry or concealed carry. But the clear reaction of a majority of Americans in the snap polls that have been done is opposition to this. It's causing Trump problems with his MAGA base because he ran for office 3 times saying he would be the president of peace, there would be no more wars, and now he's set off on one. And amazingly, yesterday he said that he did so because he had a feeling that Iran was going to attack the U.S. That's consistent with Trump testifying under oath that his net worth was based not on financial numbers on assets and liabilities, but on his feelings about how much he was worth. This is very dangerous territory. It is indicative not of careful, thoughtful calculation, but instead of Donald Trump's mental illness influencing the nature of American military action.
Discussing President Donald Trump almost seems like we're opening up a can of worms. I think the real question is, do you believe that Iran has the capabilities for their missiles to attack the U.S.? Do you have any intel on that whatsoever? Please.
The U.S. government acknowledges that the Iran does not have intercontinental ballistic missiles. It does not have nuclear weapons. And let's remember, Donald Trump told us last year he had obliterated the capacity of the Iranian government to make nuclear weapons. They don't have a nuclear weapon. Benjamin Netanyahu has been saying for way back to when neither of us had gray hair that Iran was just weeks away from having a nuclear weapon. It's never happened. And the Ayatollahs, whether you trust them or not, their public statement is that nuclear weapons are unholy and they will not make nuclear weapons. Truth is always the first casualty in a war, but this notion that the U.S. faced some threat from an Iranian attack, no. Military bases of the U.S., absolutely, if they're in the Middle East, but Iran has no capacity to deliver any kind of attack on the U.S.
Please stay with us, sir. We'll be right back with you. Next up, Iran has issued a warning to European countries that they will pay a price if they fail to speak out against the U.S. and Israel's attacks on Iran.